tunes.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing a totally different video for you guys. I'm going to be talking about scoliosis and my experience with scoliosis and treatment and mistakes I've made. So if you have scoliosis or you know someone who has it, you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. First off, what is scoliosis, right? Okay, so scoliosis is a condition that causes a curvature in your spine. And most people will have scoliosis, have idiopathic scoliosis. And what that is, it means that we don't know the cause, we don't know where it came from. And so there are 3 million cases per year of adolescents who have like scoliosis. So it's pretty common than most people may think. And it's not like this detrimental disease or anything like that. No, it's just a condition. It can be treated, but there is no cure, which sucks. But that is the unfortunate reality. And in terms of treatment, there are surgeries that you can do where they will go in, they'll put like metal, like rods and pins into your spine to realign your spine. I think you'll be in the hospital for like a week or so. You're down for about, I think, 6 weeks, and then you have to do rehab therapy to, you know, get your body acclimated, you know, with walking again and everything like that. But even with the surgery, you still don't have that same range of motion than like before getting the surgery. So that's what scoliosis is. So number one, it's a condition which causes your spine to curve. So your spine is not like this. You can curve to the right, you can curve to the left, and which is why if there's some people who have scoliosis, you might see that they might slouch to one side or the other just because the spine is deformed. And it's super common. A lot of people have it. Some people have it and they don't know until they go to the doctor or they get an x-ray done, and that's how you find out. I'm gonna talk about my experience with scoliosis. So I was diagnosed with scoliosis in 2010 or 2011. And what happened was I went to my doctor's appointment just for like a normal physical, and she told me to bend down so she could see my back. And usually, even at in middle school, sometimes they would do scoliosis checks. So I think I had gotten a check done at school, and then they told me to go see my doctor. Saw my doctor, and she thought I had kyphosis. Now kyphosis is hunchback. So like, I know you guys have probably seen the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like how the, you know, curve was like this. So she thought I had hunchback. So after that, we went to Children's National Hospital in DC to do further testing, and we found out I had scoliosis. So at the time, my curvature was only about 30 degrees, which isn't too bad, but it's something to monitor because I was so young. I think at that time I was about 12 or 13 when I was diagnosed. And I remember like first hearing that and like, you know, doing my own research, like what is it? And we're all trying to figure out, how did I get it? Like no one in my family has it. So they told me I had idiopathic scoliosis, meaning there's no cause. We don't know where it came from. You just have it, right? So after that, we started with treatment. So for me, I was prescribed to use a back brace, and basically to me it's kind of like a corset. So it comes up here under like your boobs, and then it went all the way down to my hips, and it covered the front of my stomach to my back, and then in the back it had straps, so where you'd be able to like strap it in. So basically that is compressing your spine, trying to align it. So I had to wear that back brace for about, first it was 22 hours. So wearing it at school, wearing it at home, wearing it to sleep. I think I could only take it off to shower. Then I think they deduced it from 22 hours to about I think it was maybe 16. So it was, I was wearing it to school, wearing it at home, but for sleeping, I took it off. So I wore my back brace for about, I want to say 2 years, and then I stopped wearing it. Now you guys are probably wondering, why would you stop wearing your back brace if it is going to, correct things, right? For me, I'm stubborn, and if anything is uncomfortable for me, I'm not going to continue. And I felt like, I felt restricted almost, because like I had this thing on me that was just so uncomfortable, and it was so tight at the same time, and it had to be tight because the whole goal of a back brace is to keep your spine stabilized so it does not grow. You know what I mean? So, and then also I was in middle school as well, and like the whole self-confidence and self-esteem thing, I was thinking about that. Like, I would come to school my back brace, and I did not want to be around anyone. I didn't want anyone to kind of like bump into me and say, oh my gosh, like what is that? I didn't want to have to explain what was going on with me. So like, because of that, and then also like just feeling so uncomfortable, I stopped wearing my back brace, I think after about 1.5 to 2 years. And so after that, as you know, my spine decided to grow. So it went from 30 degrees to about 50. So I think it really hit its peak when I was in high school. And so there were talks of me doing surgery. And at that time, I was like, oh my goodness. Because usually what orthopedic surgeons will tell you is, if your spine is hitting that 50, 51 degree mark, surgery is something that you should start thinking about, because the more you grow, because your spine is already curved, it can cause detrimental effects, such as, can affect your breathing, like you can have severe back pain, all this other stuff. Granted, I was not having severe back pain, but still, it was kind of alarming that my spine had grown 20 inches. And so when it hit its peak, I wasn't wearing my back brace, nothing like that, but I was getting my x-rays done yearly. So they were telling me, you might have to think about doing surgery. You do not have to do it, but it's something that maybe you should think about. And so, with me and my parents talking and thinking, it's kind of like the surgery, like it could be, a good thing for you, but at the same time, you're gonna be down for a while. There was a lot of back and forth. But in the end, I ended up not, doing surgery. So I've had scoliosis for about 10 years, and I have not had any surgical procedures. Sometimes, most of the time, I forget I even have scoliosis. And I don't think you can't really notice it as well unless you're really staring at me, because for my curve, I'm curved over to the right. So sometimes if I'm slouching, and you're looking at the trunk of my body, you'll see that there's a curve on the left side of my stomach. There's like a curve, so I lean to the right, but you can't really tell unless you're like really, really like looking at me. Even when walking, sometimes if I'm walking, like my body will move left, right, but that's only if you're really staring at me, then you'll be able to tell. But other than that, like with me having scoliosis, my curve is at 50, 51. I don't have any severe back pain unless it's cold. I think your muscles contract and they start to ache, and I think that's everyone. I live a normal life with having scoliosis. I'm very, very grateful that my curvature is not 70, 60, 80 degrees, because when it gets to that point, that's when you have to get surgery, because literally I'm pretty sure your breathing is affected, because your lungs don't have space. because your spine is doing its own thing. One who has scoliosis, like I would say, like, don't be discouraged. Like, it's not detrimental, it's not the end of the world for you. Wear your back brace. I repeat, wear your back brace. Don't be like me who did not wear it, even though I'm fine. My case is not the case for everyone else, so please, I would implore you, wear your back brace. Let it dampen your self confidence. Like, you can still wear whatever you want. I remember when I was having my scoliosis, my mom didn't want me to wear halter tops because she was like, oh no, your back. I was like, I don't care what anyone has to say. Like, my spine is my spine. It is what it is. And there's not much I can do about it. But I do want to show you guys kind of like what I was talking about, how like I'm curved over to the right hand side so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So I don't know if you guys, well, you guys should be able to see the left side of my body is curved than the right side of my body. So I curve to the right hand side. So yeah, that's it. And if you can see with my back, this part of my back is bigger than this side because I'm curved over to the right. So yeah, this is my scoliosis. And then in my shoulders, you can see that they're not necessarily level. You can live a normal life. It's not the end of the world. You're gonna be fine. But yeah, like, if the doctor says you have it, like, don't freak out. Just do what you need to do so your spine will straighten and just be, you know, how it should be, or your spine will not grow to the point where it's like, you know, you have to do surgery. And yeah, so thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. Tell me if you want me to make more videos that are kind of personal. I think this is like my first personal video about my spine condition, and I wanted to talk about this for a while. I just haven't found time to sit down and make this video. So thank you so much, guys, and please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below if you have scoliosis or you know someone who has it. And yeah, so see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.